banger swaps only, and there's a reason why I've always preferred a 4-cylinder Foxbody, or I've always preferred to begin with a 4-cylinder Foxbody, and I'm going to show you guys why. It's been sitting for probably about 1.5 years or so without running. I just got it up and running again. This is a 1993 4-cylinder automatic convertible, obviously. Original black interior. The interior has never been replaced, has never been removed. The top is a little ripped up. I mean, it still goes up and down and stuff, but the top is ripped up. Regardless, it's only driven when the weather is nice and the top is down, so this pretty much stays on here like this. Other than that, it stays in the garage and whatnot. So if you have seen my Instagram, you know I always say 4 banger swaps only, and this is exactly why we say that. This is the reason why I've always been into the 4-cylinder Foxbodies. There are some really clean 5.0s that you can buy from original owner, or from, you know, someone that actually took care of it or whatever, but there are far and few. The 4-cylinders for the most part are always going to be well kept, unless you get one that's beat up. You know, there's always different scenarios for different things, but for the most part, the 4-cylinders have always been a lot cleaner than the V8s. So this is why I've always said 4 banger swaps only. This is why I've always preferred to have these. I think all of the Foxbodies that I've ever had and actually put money into or build them have always been 4-cylinders. They're just a far better platform in my opinion to begin with, and because of the way the Foxbody prices are, they are way more affordable. At least back then they used to. I don't know, but it's been over 10 years. And at that time, I used to get for example, I bought a 1990 4-cylinder white coupe, and they're always coupes. Let me if they're not coupe, let me rephrase that. If they're not coupes, if they're not rare or really sought after color, or black interior, or in this situation, black interior with the triple black combo. So in this situation, in a heartbeat, I would purchase a 4-cylinder over a V8 if it was this clean. And until I decide what to do with it, I could do suspension, I could do wheels, I could do brakes, I could do all that good stuff, and then I'll either put a 505 speed in it, or I'll do a Coyote or LS, whatever whatever floats your boat. Don't let me sink your ship, man. Whatever times. My white notch, the first swap that I ever did was originally a 4-cylinder. I got it from the original owner. He lived in Modesto. It was what he called, I'm not sure if this is the thing, a premium 4-cylinder. So it had like manual windows, but it had power locks, and it had the chrome trim that goes along the fender here. And then it had like a chrome trim that went here, and it had the premium vinyl interior on it, which actually looks really, really nice. And I paid, I think I paid $4,500 for that car. I think he was either asking $5,000 and I gave him $4,500, or he was asking $4,500 and I gave him $4,000, something like that. But at the time, people would make fun of me and, oh my God, you're an idiot, you paid so much money for a 4-cylinder. Yeah, sure, you could say that all you want, but the interior was 10 out of 10. It was a 1-owner car, and the body was a 10 out of 10. The car had never seen rainwater. The car had never sat in the sun for longer than an hour. It had never been driven in the rain. It was just an immaculate car when I got it, and it still is for the most part. Obviously, I've drove it on the freeway and, you know, took it to the track, and I've done burnouts and things like that. So it's not perfect, but it's damn near perfect. So I don't feel like I paid a lot for it. I don't have to pay for a paint job. I don't have to scavenge interior pieces. All I had to do was wheels, brakes, suspension, and my swap. Not all you got to do, but you get what I'm saying. It eliminates the reason to, and it eliminates the need to be like, damn, I could buy this 505 speed, which I'm going to yank everything out of it anyway, but I have to do a paint job because the paint's all primered and dented up, and it's been to a sideshow, and the quarter panels are all, you know, wrinkled, and oh, you know what, I need to redo the suspension because the torque boxes are ripped. You can't rip the torque boxes on a 4-cylinder on my own. So I feel like nowadays the 4-cylinders are being accepted a lot more, whereas back then people would shy away from them very quickly because it's a 4-cylinder swap. It's on an original V8. Me personally, I don't care. That only matters to people that don't work on them on their own. If you're going to work on the car on your own, then you're going to replace all that anyway. So people who buy them just to resell them or whatever, then okay, yeah, I get it. You know, if you want an original 505 speed, more power to you, man. You want to you know, you want to pay the price that they're going for nowadays, hey, more power to you. Of course, I agree, some vehicles have to be original V8s. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want a 93 Cobra and be like, oh, it was originally a hatchback LX and we converted it to a 93 Cobra clone. No, it has to be an original 505 speed. So if you're doing a Coyote swap, then 4-cylinder Mustang is the way to go. It doesn't matter if you start with a V8 505 speed as opposed to a 4-cylinder. Yes, the suspension is going to be better on the V8. Not the suspension, but let me rephrase that. The brakes are better on the V8. The V8 has the 8.8 instead of the 7.5. But if you're going to replace all of that stuff, which you should be doing if you're doing a Coyote swap in the first place, all of that doesn't matter. You're better off starting with the 4-cylinder than the Mustang GT or the 5.0. In my opinion, you're better off with the 4-cylinder. It's going to be a lot cleaner. The body's going to be a lot straighter. The torque boxes are going to be in perfect condition. Everything is going to be less worn and less beat up than you know, than a V8 with the same amount of miles or the same amount of previous owners or the same amount of usage on it. Starting with a V8 Mustang with a 5.0, it doesn't really change much. Yeah, you're gonna have the brakes and the 8.8, but like I said, you're gonna replace that anyway. So if you plan on doing a Coyote swap, start with a 4-cylinder. Start with the 4-cylinder. Save yourself a few $1,000s when you purchase the vehicle to begin with, and you're gonna swap out all those parts anyway. I mean, just look at this damn car. When are you ever gonna see a I'll tell you what we paid for this car. 2.5, 3 years ago ere I bought it in Sacramento, less than an hour away from Stockton, and the prices were already high. So it's not like you could say, oh, well, you bought it at a time when prices were no, the prices were already high. They're only going up. They were already high. People were already asking 10 G's for a stock 5.0 beat up 5-speed. This particular car 3 years ago, it had stock wheels on it. I think it had some ponies on it. I don't even remember what it had on it. But at the time, I paid $4,000 for this one. If you like the convertibles, this is the best way to start right here. I personally don't like convertibles. I'm not a fan of them, but this is a perfect car to drive in the summer or in times like this, where lately it's been triple digits, but today it was like 80 something. So this car is perfect for the summer, for the fall, for the spring. So yeah, if you're wanting to start a swap and you don't want to buy a V8, or you want to buy your kid their first Foxbody or what have you, start with the 4-cylinder, man. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with going from a 4-cylinder to a Coyote, or a 4-cylinder to LS, or even to a 5.05 speed. Yeah, nothing wrong with the top down, black interior, the windshield's tinted, the side windows are tinted, LED headlights, which I'm gonna show you guys right now. This company's called Novesight. They do LED light bulbs, headlights, turn signals, license plate lights, things like that. They also do headlight assemblies as well. So I'll link in the their website and their products page here. I might be able to also link in a discount code for you guys, but reached out to me, wanted me to test these out here, and they are actually super bright. I can't tell from here, from the video, but there's my old ones there, which I always kind of wanted the original look, but excuse me, yeah, these are super bright. I put that one back on there just so you guys could see the difference, but even driving at night, these things are really bright, and they're really well centered. They're not like some of those little cheap LED lights where they're like pointed all over the place. Obviously you have to kind of center them yourself if you have adjustable headlights, but these ones actually work really well. So yeah, I'll include the quality on these things. The box itself, I'm gonna keep this little box right here. It's a nice little neat little box. The packaging and stuff is nice, so I'm gonna hang on to this box and put something in here. But Yeah, the quality on them is really good. And typically they only have like, they don't have this like ballast type pack thing with it on the other ones I've had, but this one does, and they're a lot quieter than the other ones I've had. You can hear the little fan going, but some of the other ones I've had are really loud. Not these here. These are actually really quiet. And like I said, they have this little pack right here, so I'll leave a link in the description and you guys can check them out. Anyway, all right, that's it. Let me go play some football with the kid.